Hello, chat. What is up? What's going on? All right, so we are doing patron deck reviews. I know I have the MTG stream up right now, but don't worry about that. I just want to peep this a bit later. Um, so we're gonna be doing how do you submit a deck? So submitting a deck for the deck reviews, there's a link in the description to the Patreon. Tier 2 and 3 patrons can submit a deck in the thread. There's a new thread every month. I kind of pick them somewhat randomly from that. Now, I just wanted to see the comments on this. Okay, well, we'll peep back. We'll tune back into that. So yeah, deck reviews. Oh, has anyone seen the Dragon Shield Guild sleeves in person yet? Yeah, so they are pretty cool, actually. Was it these ones? Yes, the new guild sleeves. They're nice. They are a bit expensive. I think $25 makes them one of the more expensive Dragon Shields, but they look really sick. Obviously, they pair really well. Now I've also been using these, so I just started using the power and copper ones. But these black and gold and the soul and petrol, these are also new, and they're cheaper. They're also matte duals, so it's the same shuffle feel. So if you have like a green and red deck and you don't want to do the Gruul ones, like I think the power and copper is like pretty good too. Obviously, can't be random, but the government will kill you. Yes, I am not randomly choosing the patrons. But of course, if you also just type in Trinket Mage, you can get my trinket sleeves, the Trinket Mage ballin on the ballin trinket. They're pretty sweet. They look really awesome in person. So yeah, check those out. All right, enough shilling for Dragon Shield though. I wanted to real quick just like go over this deck that I built because if you guys have any advice, it'd be kind of fun. But this deck is pretty fun. So I'm playing Parnis, the Subtle Brush. And this commander's weird. It basically gives you and all your permanents ward 4 life, which is neat. But more importantly, whenever I copy a spell, up to one target opponent may also copy the spell. They may choose new targets for the copy. So, Trinket known for jumping the shark. That's good, thanks. So the idea here is just like copy things in a very sort of over-the-top manner to cause things to be convoluted. So, Mizzix Mastery, right? You exile a card in a graveyard, and then you copy it, and you cast the copy without paying its mana cost, right? Yo, greetings from Russia. Yo, what's up? So with a Mizzix's Mastery, every single card I cast off of this, I can give a copy to an opponent, which is, again, very convoluted. Copying things like Worst Fears is really funny because I get to mind control an opponent, then another opponent mind controls another opponent. Obviously, Tempt with Mayhem is like insane here. So, Tempt with Mayhem, tempting offer, choose target instant or sorcery spell. Each opponent may copy that spell and may choose new targets for the copy they control. I copy this spell once plus an additional time for each opponent who copied the spell this way. You may choose new targets for the copy. So let's say I cast Prisoner's Dilemma, and then I Tempt with Mayhem it, and then I twin cast the Tempt with Mayhem. And then what happens is I tell an opponent, I'll give you the Tempt with Mayhem if you also Tempt with Mayhem the Prisoner's Dilemma. And then there's like there's like 9 Prisoner's Dilemmas on the stack. They're 10, right? Which is really funny. What is Power Balance? Power Balance is similar to Counterbalance when an opponent reveals Whenever opponent casts a spell, you may reveal the top card of your library. You may cast it without paying its mana cost if it has the same mana value. So if they reveal a 1-drop and I flip Soothsaying off the top, I cast it for free. There's a little mini power balance, counterbalance package in the deck. Just for shits and giggles, really. Not any like particular reason. And then the rest of the deck is just like Grixis slop. The paradigm is really funny because each time I cast it on upkeep, it is copied. So I can, give it to other opponents for like political favors. Yeah, the deck is just kind of like, it's really just like a lot of like things. It's like Grixis control with funny things to copy and then to give to my opponents. And so yeah. No top though? No, top is here. I have top, I have Scroll Rack. I have Power Balance, I have Counterbalance. That's kind of the whole package for that. It's just kind of like a, those cards are useful enough on their own. And then it works with it, They work well together. Oh, Fated Return, another really funny one to then copy. Oh, and I'm playing, where is it? I'm playing Hive Mind. So whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery, everyone else copies it, which means when you cast an instant, I copy it, with which my commander means I can give another copy to another player. It's just like a whole mess. You found an invasion foil and they let you buy it for bulk price. A lot of places will just like not bother pricing rare foil basics, and then you can get like good deals on them. On Commander template, yes, all of my updated decks are on Commander templates. So if you go, there should be a link in the description of all my like recent decks. But I have a folder that says decks I currently play. This is a feature that Moxfield does not do, is that I can copy this link and I can put it here. And then you can click and you can go, oh, now I can see all of the decks that Con currently plays. Wow. Very useful. Pretty cool. You can look at these. You can see my new Tamiyo deck. I haven't talked about it much, but this is my current artifact list. It's very fun. Actually, I did a whole video about this that is for patrons and channel members. So if you are a patron or channel member, you can go see the little deck tech about this deck. It's pretty cool. I like it. And recently I did actually assemble the Empires combo and do some cool stuff with it. This deck's really fun. All right. Oh, you wanted to see this commander's text? How do I make the commander bigger? Rebel, it doesn't let me highlight the commander. I will do it on Scryfall. About Commander template, do you know if there's a way to remove the default categories like ramp? Actually, I don't know if you can remove the default ones. I'd have to think about that. I think you can. You can just not sort by template, and it's like card type. I guess we'll see. I don't know. I have a Flage deck. Yes, I also made a whole video about this that is exclusive for channel members and patrons. I put a lot of deck text there because those videos don't really do very well as like main videos, but people are curious about them. So, yeah, I have some deck text there. You were trying but couldn't, which is no biggie, since play a lot of hicks don't have ramp. It was bugging me. Yeah, honestly, here's the thing. If you look at my thing, if I go to template, you'll notice that, like, I have my custom templates, like non-blue control and stuff, and my custom finisher one, but it'll, like, guesstimate ramp or whatever, and, like, card draw, but, like, I never really follow the numbers because a lot of my decks are doing something kind of specific. I think if you just turn intelligence mode, I had it off. Interesting. Um, yeah, I don't know how to like alter that, but I don't know. I'll maybe I'll find out. But yeah, I don't really follow the numbers. Maybe I have more interaction than I probably need, but you know, I like the site a lot. I've been using it. Okay. Oh. He got 2 One Rings. Oh, the comments. That's funny. It's so funny. Maybe one of those One Rings chats way. I think it's really interesting how people are sort of turning on collector boosters. I'm gonna keep monitoring the chat. Anyway, while we're doing that, while I'm waiting to monitor the chat more, I need to log into my Architect. I need to see. I haven't even used Architect so long. It logged me out. That's how much I've been using Commander template. Have I looked into Jorah the Gitu? Yeah, I have. She's the, classic kind of suspendy thing. Obeka and her can make a cool duo deck. It was fun when they were 200. Yeah, yes. Collector boosters for 250 were like reasonable. It's just like the prices of balloons so much. I think more videos about the economics around that coming up. All right. Anyway, what we're really here for is to do some patron deck reviews. And you know what? I'm going to start with this one. Now, patrons, if you recall, in the post where I ask for you to submit your decks, I said keep the description short. I don't want to have to read like 10 paragraphs for you to say it's like a goblin deck. You know what I'm saying? And this user, Eris Apparent, had and I really love this, only needed 4 words to explain the deck. Secret Commander Simulacrum Synthesizer, which is really cool. And I've, from that, immediately, I already know what the idea of the deck is, so I'm going to review this one first, because I really appreciate how short your explanation on the deck was. All right. So, our commander here is Firelord Azula. Firelord Azula says whenever you cast a spell while she's attacking, you copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Obviously, very powerful commander. Simulacrum Synthesizer is our hitting commander here. Whenever you cast... whenever another artifact with mana value 3 or greater enters, it's not cast, excuse me, it's enters, you make a construct with power and toughness equal to the number of artifacts you control. Which means, if I copy an artifact with Firelord Azula that is at least 3 mana value or greater, I can trigger the Simulacrum Synthesizer twice. So immediately, we're already kind of putting together what this list is. We got Leyline of Anticipation, Shimmermere to give our artifacts flash. So, and it only cares about mana value. So a affinity card like Thought Monitor, let's say you cast that while Azula is attacking for just 1 blue. You make a construct, it copies, you make a construct, you draw 4 cards off of that. Obviously, this deck is a silly way to take Firelord Azula, which I think is really fun. Cards like Firelord Azula are like really, really, really powerful, so they can be very frustrating to play against and to deal with. But by having this like goofy theme, you've kind of toned it down, and I think this makes a very, very solid, I would say bracket 3, but maybe 2 list. I guess it's very interactable, so 2 is fine. Um, all right. Let's actually look at the list in terms of what we're doing. Now, one thing that I'm interested in is I'm not seeing any of the just affinity for artifact creatures. Kind of interested in why those would be taken out. That feels like a bit of a slam dunk. You know, at least, you know, one of the salamanders, you know? Oh, it's a creature type salamander, isn't it? Here we go. Sojourner's Companion. Yeah, I completely forgot about this, what this card was called after it got banned in Pauper. Alright, sideboard. Sure. We have no sideboard here, right? Yeah, perfect. Let's switch to type here. Alright. So I'm wondering if, like, you know, things like Sojourner's Companion would be worth it here. How many? You have a reasonable number of artifacts. I think it's probably pretty easy to get it down pretty fast. And in fact, we have a lot of colored pips here. You're running the Panther robot. But, like, Enforcer, Frog, Might. Frogmite. The Enforcer, Frogmite. Like, these ones I find to be more useful than, like, Ultra Monitor. Because they don't have a colored pip. So it's a lot easier to just kind of chain them into one another. Yeah, they're already running the Panther, right? So, I wonder if, did you, like, not add these for power level reasons? Like, is this an intentional miss? Kind of interesting. The deck hits a lot of stumbling points. You want to make it as smooth as possible. Well, I think this will smooth out your deck. Here's the other thing, is I think we need maybe more cantrips and less of these rituals. I don't know how much, like, rituals are what you need. I would also honestly even add just, like, some more mana rocks. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move some of these rituals out of here. I know the rituals can give you a lot of mana during combat. I need to make that clear. I understand that you can be like attack with Azula, double Seething Song, make 10 mana. But the way your deck is constructed is you need like blue pip, red pip, black pip. You know, you have a lot of these. You know, if you're gonna flash in your Archmage Emeritus or your not Jorah's Familiar, your Rook Turret or Refurbished Familiar, like you need colored pips that are not red. So I don't think that making 10 red mana is very good in this list. It's good in Azula in a deck that plays like X spells or whatever, you know? Is Warring Triad good here? Honestly, yeah, it's a good idea. That's not bad. Well, it's not a great thing to copy because it's legendary. So, it's okay. I would maybe ditch. I think Cyberdrive Awakener also doesn't do enough in this list. Threefold Thunderhulk? I don't think we need. I don't think we need this either. It also doesn't reduce its cost or whatever. I think what we want is just to like churn through the list a little faster to find the relevant pieces. Surprised there's no fabricate. Are we just not running fabricate? Fabricate's... Oh, you do. Oh, oops, I'm stupid. What's the 4-mana instant speed fabricate from Edge of Eternities? Ooh, I always forget the name of that card. Instant. I think it's an instant. Or it should not be an instant. Edge of Eternities. Scour for scrap. There we go. It's already in the list? Did I miss it? Oh my god, I missed it twice. Has the list win without Azula in general? I mean, it has a hidden commander. Its hidden commander is a Simulacrum Synthesizer, so its goal is to just make constructs with the synthesizer. I do think we might want more ways to get the synthesizer back. Are you playing Academy Runes? So by alphabet. Yeah, okay. Alright, definitely add Academy Ruins. Yeah, Scours for Scrap's already in there. A Trash for Treasure, yes. Or honestly, even just like a Goblin Welder is like not bad. It costs $20, damn. And a... Is it Scrap Heap Scrounger? Is that what I'm thinking of? No, it's Goblin Engineer is what I'm thinking of. Abstergo? Abstergo Entertainment? What is this? Exile a return of one target historic card from your graveyard to your hand. And exile all graveyards. Huh. It's kind of neat. I actually don't think we make enough cheap dinky artifacts for Vision of Love to be good. Like, a lot of our artifacts are like actual cards that we want to like attack with or use. I think Semblance Anvil is not necessary either. It's like card disadvantage and we're not stormy enough for it. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, draw a card for charge counter. That's good. Oh, yeah, what's up? Your deck is here. Yes, we're looking at your deck. All right. Okay, well, good. Perfect timing, because I'm actually, I think, mostly wrapping up my thoughts on this. Okay, so cards I want to cut is like, all right, so I guess my question for you is, like, what are the rituals for? Because we don't have, other than Electro Dominance, we're not like an X spell deck. So, like, yeah, you can attack with your commander and then make like 10 red pips. But in theory, we don't want to cast Panther Robot for 10 mana, right? And then, like, we have like double black cards in here and like lots of blue pips. So the like double, like the 10 red mana doesn't do anything for us. Actually, I don't even know what Electro Dominance does for us. What is this guy? Whenever you cast a historic spell, draw a card. Can't be blocked this turn. She's turn. Doesn't really fit with the rest of the deck. The other thing I would ask is, they're relics from a Stormier version. Okay. I was gonna say also, is there a reason that you didn't have the colorless affinity for artifacts creatures? Was this like an intentional cut? Man, Perplex is funny. I can't suggest cutting it. Now this is also a deck where like I actually really do think 2 mana rocks would be really good. Like, you know, a 2 mana rock lets you curve into your commander the next turn. But then also it is an artifact, so it works with all your affinity things. So this is like a place where like actually adding the mana rocks is relevant because it gives you like it synergizes with your build. Playing an Arcane Signet isn't just ramping towards a Thoughtcast, it's double ramping towards a Thoughtcast, you know? Is Liberator in? I don't think so. You mean this? Yeah. Liberator Urza's Battlethopter. This is also really good. This lets you cast your color spells that they had flash. It also has flash and flying, which is cool. And then whenever you cast a spell, if the amount of mana to spend it was greater than its power, you put a counter on it, which works really well with affinity cards. All right. Here's my thoughts. Is I think some of our like the rituals, I think, yeah, remnants of a stormier version of this. I don't think they work too well here. I actually think Cyberdrive Awakener doesn't help us too much. Like, yeah, it does buff the constructs by turning them to 4/4s and then they get their stats. But in theory, your constructs should be big anyway. And it's not like we make a ton of treasures or whatever in this list. Like, outside of Stormkill Artists, we're not making, like, clues and treasures and crap. So I think it's kind of weak. I think we maybe cut some of the other just kind of slightly weaker affinity cards. Like, maybe Furnace Hellkite is, like, too much mana. And I would add Liberator. I would add a few of the colorless ones because they're easier to cast and get through your list. I actually think this is a list that can benefit from mana rocks. In the mana base, I would recommend Academy Ruins and Abstergo Entertainment as ways to get your hidden commander back, because recurring your hidden commander is very important. And then maybe some recursion for your hidden commander as well, just in the deck. Like a Trash for Treasure is the most budget option, and it's a great card. Of course, you could play Goblin Welder or Goblin Engineer, although these cards are quite expensive, which is very cringe. Is there a cheaper version of it? It's still like $10. Man, they need to reprint some of these Modern Horizons cards. You know, something like those could be useful as well. Just ways to get your synthesizer back. Because that's the thing with hidden commander decks is, of course, unlike an actual commander, if it gets removed, you suddenly just are missing a key part of your deck, which can be a huge downside. So you need to, you know, have a way to get it back. So those are my thoughts on your deck. Overall, I really like it. Not gonna lie, I think Firelord Azula with this as a hidden commander is really funny. It's a really clever deck. I would love to see it in action one day. Hopefully these suggestions helped. Chat, we're moving on to another deck. Man, it's already 10:30. All right, we'll see how many I can get through. Oh, another person who has a very small description for it, which I appreciate. All right. Let's make a new deck. What do you call your deck? Tom Burton William Displaced. Result. So let me folder options. There we go. Deck Doctor, perfect. Yes, I am viewing an empty deck. Thank you. All right. All right. Nude. Oh, what did I miss? Glittering Caves of Glittering. Oh, I hate these so much. I know I say it every stream, but I think these renames are obnoxious. All right, there we go. Oh, this is yours. Yo, what's up? Elk can't ever say your name right. Is it Aerosalt? Well, what does Elk say? And where's Tom, Dick, and Harry? Here it is. All right. So Tom Burton William is the commander. It is 3 in a Golgari 5/5. Pay 1, sacrifice another creature, draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power, then discard a card. When Tom, Bert, and William die, if they were a creature, return them to the battlefield. They're an artifact, which is very funny. So it's, your commander is like kind of immune to interaction. Not immune, but resistance to. And then it's like a mini greater good in the command zone. Very powerful commander, I think. Tom, Dick, and Harry. You've never heard that? That's an expression. I didn't make that up. That's because Elk can't read. I mean, I can't read either, but Elk also can't read. That's the harsh truth, isn't? 2 of the 3 members of the Magic Mirror podcast are illiterate. I love this. You said Dino plus Troll equal infinite sack. I love that you took the 5 words or less thing to heart. It's really good. So we have. Let me just look at the deck. I see that this, obviously making a lot of 7/7s, can be really powerful with the commander. What is the infinite combo here? Oh, when this attacks, while you don't control another dinosaur, put a stun counter on it. Sure. This card, this Ravenous Rampager, or Rahovian Rampager, or whatever, is insane and limited. It is absolutely ridiculous and limited. Steel Resolve. Creatures of the chosen type can be the target of spells or abilities. Okay. That's funny. Displace Dinos lets you infinitely sack your commander. Wait, does it just go infinite with just those 2? Wait. Where's Displace Dinosaurs? Here it is. As a historic permanent enters the battlefield under control, it becomes a 7/7 dinosaur in addition to its other types. Oh my god, wait a second. Right, because he comes back as an artifact if he wasn't a creature, but if you animate him into a creature, he can then sack himself. No, he can't sack himself, because he sacrificed another creature. Yeah, what up, Mira? Yeah, it makes it a creature. Right, but it can't sacrifice itself, right? Sacrifice another creature? Oh, if you just have another sack outlet, I'm fucking stupid. Yeah, of course, you don't have to use his own effect. It's just a different sack outlet. Okay. So Phyrexian Altar, Displaced Dinosaurs, and Tom, Dick, and Harry. Did this even find that combo? It didn't. That's really funny. Okay. Wait, view my deck's combos? No combos found. Oh, it's too new. It's too fresh. Yeah, if you just have a free sack outlet, that's really cool. Oh, what an interesting combo deck we have here. Oh, how perfect. I just made that video about combo decks. Okay, so obviously with Ultra Adventure, this lets you mill everyone's libraries, which is cool. You can drain everyone with Cauldron of Essence if you also have the thing like a Phyrexian Altar is infinite mana. That's pretty sweet. Michael Blake and Josh. You're the 13th person to combine these two. Just 7. Yeah. Okay. That's really cool. This is a really I applaud you for being in the lab and coming up with this combo. That's actually very cool. You have cheap big power creatures to draw into the displaced dinosaur. Yes. So I do see that. I obviously things like where is it? Phyrexian Dreadnought is insane with this commander. It's like a 2 mana, draw 12, discard 1. Which is pretty good. You have Greater Good as a backup commander. Pretty sweet, honestly. Okay, so how do we improve this deck? You know, how do I improve upon perfection? Your description was so short, you didn't even explain what problem you think you have with the deck. Mana Vault's kind of interesting. You and displaced dinosaurs in your Yigra deck. It's a great include. It's a cool card. I think it's a fun card. I like displaced dinosaurs. Bifong Bounty Hunters. Whenever a non-land creature you control dies, Earthman X maxes that creature's power. Oh, interesting. That's quite good. When this attacks or blocks, ciphers are permanent unless you discard a card. Oh, but he's got 7 power, right. You know what I wonder? You mainly wanted to show it off. Okay, well, let me at least, you paid the $5. Let me try and help you out here. I want to take a look at some equipment here. Now I'm wondering, is there an equipment that gives like a high amount of attack, right? Like +3 or more. Like this gives +10 +0 in vigilance. But of course it's like you can only equip it to legendary creatures, and it costs like 2. Lockstone on Warhammer costs 3. But I'm trying to think of something else that has like an alternative equip cost. Because this is a way for you to get more card draw out of it. As if you could just, quickly give something +3 attack or whatever. Like Cranial Plating, can give things like a lot of extra attack. I don't know how many artifacts you have. You have like a reasonable amount. Maybe not Cranial Plating. Are there any warp creatures in this deck that might be fun? Oh, that's a good idea too. Well, let's look at warp creatures after I peep through equipment here. Okay, like Maska Grizzlebrand, is this 2 win more? It does let you just like double the draws of everything. It is 3 to equip though, so maybe not. +3 +1 and equip 1. And it lets you draw another dinosaur. Is there a world where like Heirloom Blade is like a reasonable card to play? Ace's baseball bat. I probably passed that, right? Baseball. Equipped creature gets +3/+0 as long as equipped creature is attacking. It has first strike. It must be blocked by dog. Equip like but it's equipped 3. Yeah, maybe. I don't know if it's better than Heirloom Blade in this list. Do you have Necrotic Ooze for abusing discards? No, I don't think that's necessary in that deck. What about one that just has you discard a card? Yeah, here we go. Like, what about Bloodthorn Flail? So, Bloodthorn Flail gives +2/+1, and you can equip it by discarding a card, which means you go down another card to equip it, but it gives +2 attack, so it gives you 2 more cards. So it's always card positive. It's crazy there's 2 baseball bats in MTG, I know. Demonic Embrace? You made a cast card from your graveyard and discard a card. Ooh, maybe Demonic Embrace is kind of cool. Yeah. That's +3 cards, and you're only going down once. So it's always +2. I'm trying to think of like equipment that have like alternative equip costs, you know? Okay, this one's funny. Hand of Vecna. Equip creature gets +X/+X until it is X the number of cards in your hand. Then you can equip by paying a life for each card and then like double it. That might be too greedy, but it does let you kind of storm off. I was thinking Nightmare Lash, maybe? Because equip is only pay 3 life. This only says activate once per turn, which kind of sucks. Oh, rocket-powered Goblin Glider. How much power does this give? +2/+0. What is equip cost is 2. I was trying to think of it like something that has like an alternative equip cost. So you're not just spending a ton of mana. You can instead just like, equip, sack it, you know? Void Altar? Oh, that's true. This is actually probably a reasonable addition to the list if it's not already in there. Oh, Nightbot. Stop spamming caps warning. Wait, how do I stop Nightbot turned on? I thought that was off. Hyperblade, sorry, Automod. I didn't know I even had that on. At the beginning of your end step, if a permanent left the battlefield, this attach it. No, because we want to be able to attach this like during the turn. All right, hang on. Let's look at something with warp. Warp would be pretty sweet for this list. Okay, so definitely this one, Anti-Casual Vestige. What else is like a big warp? Honestly, Germinating Worm is not a terrible one. Or Bygone Colossus. Those are pretty sweet. Sorry, what effect am I reading, Yuri? I think that's about it for the like good ones. All right, for your Tom, Dick, and Harry list, here are my suggestions to add. I definitely think that the Void Altar is like, it's like pretty good in a list like this. Mask of Griselbrand is a maybe. It's kind of win more. I think maybe something like an Heirloom Blade or a Bloodthirsty Flare could be really sweet. Same with the Demonic Embrace, just to like draw even deeper. You don't have to add all of these, but like, maybe one of them could be cool. I think Anti-Casual Vestige is like pretty good. This card's like just very powerful. And of course, 4 mana 7/5 is exactly where you want to be. Bygone Colossus is not very useful outside of the cheesing thing, but it is in this deck a 4 mana draw 9, which is pretty good. So yeah. BTW Steely resolved naming dinosaurs. Yes, I assumed you were naming dinosaurs with this, which is very funny. I don't. It is quite funny. In terms of like cuts for this list, I feel like this list is like pretty tuned. I think there's a lot of stuff in it that is very much for the combo. It's kind of a dedicated combo deck. So it's kind of hard to find what to cut. Maybe Vat of Rebirth is like one of your weak links. I know it has uses, but it's kind of mid as fuck. I think this would be like maybe my first cut. Otherwise, the rest of this kind of serves the same purpose. Kind of all does the thing. Makes things hard to recommend as cuts. I mean, Grave Researcher is a little slow, I'm not gonna lie. It's not that slow. Jumbo Cactuar sack it during combat? I mean, maybe. I assume Welcome 2 is here for flavor more than anything else. It's not very good. When it's enters the battlefield, target you get to -4/-4. If one or more creatures leaves you give each one. That is kind of like the most jank of your win cons. Maybe that's a cut. Again, this is a really like tight list. It's kind of hard to find cuts for it. Draw 1,000 cards. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what feels weird. Pack weapon offers a different equip cost. Whenever a quick creature attacks, drawing cards, and reveal it, the creature gets +6% until the turn. Yeah, but it doesn't buff the creature until it attacks. So you can't equip it, sack the creature, and then equip it, and then sack another creature. You have to go to combat and only buffs one thing. Being your answer, if you're the Monarch, whenever a creature control dies, each one loses life. You gain a life. Oh, I hate the Monarchy in decks like this, because like I feel like you don't keep it very well. Yeah, maybe that. I think you have a lot of redundancy in terms of ways to win once you get the combo assembled. So I feel like you could skimp on that a little bit, because you're drawing a lot of cards in this list. I think those would maybe be my changes. Bro's got like 10 MDFCs. I know, it's awesome. 28 lands, 38 with MDFCs. That's so sick. That's real MDFC gaming right there. No, don't be sorry for loving MDFCs. It's like the correct thing to do. All right. I'm going to move on to another list, but thanks for showing off this deck. It was very cool. I like it a lot. Oh, I forgot to put this in the chat. I guess I'll do it here. Let me put this in the chat so you can look at the other Deck Doctor list. Oh. All right. I think the stream ended. Oh, no, this is an ad. All right. I want to see, what are people saying? Will this be restocked on Amazon? No, I don't believe so. What are you chasing? Nothing. He's not chasing anything. This is a Wizards employee. He's opening another box. I think it's really interesting that people have been yapping a lot about, you know, creators getting like free boxes or whatever, which Wizards is never going to send me any free product. People are, you know, talking about how bad like the content is, because this is just the content that like people make with it. Anyway, sorry, I'm watching this more for my interest and thinking about it for yeah, hashtag Cowabunga. I should put that in the chat. I'm more thinking about for video essays. This isn't really relevant to the stream. They're watching a stream and a stream. Yeah. It's really just me like catching up on it, because I just want to see like what people say about, you know, things like this. Also, I like this guy who I guess hasn't seen a booster pack in like 15 years. And then he's now learning that these are like $70, $80 packs. He's getting such good pulls. He must be paid by Wizards. Yeah. I mean, I genuinely don't think Wizards rigs these packs for him. I don't think they do that at all. I think it is funny that he got 2 One Rings or whatever, but I don't think they're rigged. All right, let's do another deck. Fire playmat. His playmat's okay. His playmat's okay. Wait till you see the ad this week. Let me tell you. This is gonna be a fire playmat. Okay. All right. Kyril Goblin Shenanigans. Let us clone this deck real quick. By Henselster. Ah, yeah, I'm about to teach an editor a lesson. Have you guys used Photopea? This thing is awesome. It is like, it's just knockoff Photoshop, but completely in browser. It's so awesome. It's really cool. All right, sorry. I had to respond to editor for the podcast, which, by the way, the podcast will be coming out for this week. Yusuf lost power to Yusuf lost power for like 48 hours because there was a huge storm that took out a bunch of power lines in his area. So I had to pass off the podcast to someone else. So it got delayed, but then they were traveling and yeah, blah blah blah. So podcast for this week will probably come out like later today, maybe. Um Hopefully, or tomorrow, and we have a guest. I think it's a really fun episode, so stick around. Do you have to be a patron to get a deck review? Yes, indeed. No, you cannot ask to be next. I don't. I just kind of pick these as I see fit. um, that's just the system I'm working with here. Not randomly, as I see fit. To be very clear. Okay, all right. Let's take a look at this one. Key role attentive first year. So this card is actually really cool. Tap to untap creatures you control. Copy target triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. Activate only once each turn. If it didn't have that once each turn, I'm sure this would go crazy. Now, even though this is a vampire cleric, I can see we're playing a goblin deck, which is really interesting, actually. So we're like Boros goblins. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but a triggered ability would include stuff like Muxus, right? So when Muxus enters, I can just tap my commander and Muxus and get 2 Muxai triggers. That's pretty fun. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do this before. Oh, basically, hey, there you are. Hello. You basically want to double Muxus triggers and Krenko triggers. Well, you can't double this Krenko trigger, right? Krenko Mob Boss can't be doubled because that is an activated ability, not a triggered ability. So we can do that. What else are we doubling? Let me just take a peek here. Obviously, any ETB like that works. Whenever one or more goblins you control attack, create a 1/1. Tap and attacking, we can double that, I suppose. Chain Roller could be doubled, which is kind of fun. Goblin Lackey trigger double is really good. Scolette posted a Kiel list. Oh, you also posted the same commander. Oh, that's why you thought it was yours. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Oh, maybe we'll get to it. I'll do 2 of this commander back to back. That's kind of funny. We can see 2 different takes on it because I assume yours is quite different. Whenever passion monster or another goblin control dies, it deals 1 damage. Okay, so my immediate problem with this deck is I don't think we have powerful enough things to copy. Oh, you were brewing it as a heir apparent. That's funny. I don't know if we have enough good things to copy because like Muxus is good. Don't get me wrong. Muxus is a great ETB and like CJ and Lieutenant. No, CJ and Commander. It's another great one to copy. But like outside of that, like what are we? I'm sorry, but getting like 2 goblins from your Beetleback Chief is like okay, you know. Alright. Here's what I'm gonna do. Let's go Goblin enters. Are there better Goblin ETBs we can like make use of here? Oh, do we have Goblin Recruit in here? I didn't see that. I mean, Goblin Ringleader. Also a good thing to copy. Well, Goblin Recruit, actually copying it doesn't actually help that much, does it? Right, because then you shuffle. Moxus, obviously. Blank Goblin. If you don't mind playing Blank Goblin or Name Sticker Goblin, I don't know how to. Oh, here it is. A really powerful ETB to copy. You can just proxy the sticker sheet. Oh, Volley Veteran. Volley Veteran's pretty good to copy. Goblin Dark Dwellers is fun, but on this list. When this item is created, 1/1 goblins equal to the number of opponents you have. If a source you control would deal combat damage to you this turn, deals to an opponent this turn, excuse me. Deals double that damage instead. It's kind of cool. Man, there aren't that many good Goblin Into the Battlefield effects. I guess this one's not bad because it's like removal. Oh man, Ember Mage Goblin. Have you guys seen the anatomical Ember Mage Goblin? So this is a normal card, but for whatever reason in the promo version, it has like a little leather strap, but it just it looks like a penis, and they just the promo version looked like this, and they had to change it for the regular one. Anyway, random little quirk of Onslaught. Just in case anybody needed to see Ember Mage Goblin. It is a pretty garbage magic card. You always feel when you play goblins, you get board wipe and the game is over. Correct. That's how goblins work. Luckily, you're in Boros, which means we can just play like the good cards to protect it. Is this card still super expensive? Clever. Okay, it's not $20 anymore. Okay. Clever Concealment is excellent in this one. What about Changelings? Oh, that's a good point. Maybe I'll take a look. Clever Concealment is excellent in this deck because you usually have goblins to help you pay for the Convoke cost. And things that phase out work really well with your tokens because it doesn't actually kill the tokens, unlike Blink effects. Hang on, you are right. Let me go. Go Shapeshifter. Red, white. See if there's one with a big enters effect that could work here. Nothing. Nothing good. I mean, Duplicate is like not bad, but I guess you could run Mirror Entity as a way to pump up your goblin tokens. Quite good, actually. Torian Muller's okay. Is Ward a triggered ability? Yeah. You can Lizelle Acrobats and other mass blinks. Since Creel gets blinked, you copy multiple triggers each time he re-enters. True, but I don't want protection spells that kill all the tokens. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Flare of Fortitude is it's a good addition as well. Hello? Why is my Architect not adding? There it is. It's being slow. You had Trouble in Pairs for a while because you could tap a goblin to copy it each turn. That's funny. That's good. I don't know why you would cut that. That's really good. Especially because it's card draw. You almost never want to cut card draw. Okay. Let's suggest a few cuts. Treasure Never. This card's ass. I mean, maybe, you know, things are different for you, but I have literally never seen this card do anything in any game I've played it in or against it. It is always useless. I hate this card so much. Otherwise, I think your creature package is, like, mostly good. We want a pretty high amount of creatures. We're going pretty wide. Do we make a lot of 1/1s? I don't think the War Drums actually matters that much. Brave the Sands is really funny in token decks. Battle Hymn? I have no idea what the purpose of this card is in this deck. Like, after we already summoned a bunch of dudes, what do we need mana for? Should we just, like, attack and win? Massive Raid deals damage to target creature equal to the number of creatures you control? Sure, why not? Where's my boy Crime Novelist? Crime Novelist is an artifact card. See, I think, like, Eerie Interlude isn't bad, but I think it's worse than, like, the phase-out ones, because then you get to keep your tokens, you know? I also don't really get what Bloodstone Ritual's for. I feel like it's, like, it's only good in, like, very niche cases. Not a huge fan of... Mana Geyser, at the very least, after a board wipe, can help you rebuild faster, which is pretty nice. Whereas these ones that require you to have creatures in play are like... You know, they're kind of to win more. Also, why is my Architect so slow all of a sudden? Did my internet go out? Like, what is happening? Yeah, reload. Oh my god, my thing is freezing. War Leader's Call is, yeah, that's a good addition. Okay, nothing is loading. Can you guys can still hear me, right? Like, this isn't... Oh. Did it work? Did it move the stuff I wanted to move? Hey, look at that. War Leader. Call. Oh my god. I was gonna do one more, but if it's just, like, if Architect is just, like, dead. I'm Jeer? Oh, no. I'm Jeer, guys. War Leader's Call. Oh my god. Holy cow. This thing is being so slow. Alright. Just cheat on theme a little and put Aurelia the War Leader. No, I don't think it needs Aurelia the War Leader, but I do think War Leader's Call is really good. Okay, that's like 7 ads. And like 5 cuts. I probably need to just a little bit more. Get rid of Cut a Deal and put Trouble in Pairs back in. Maybe Authority of the Consuls? I don't know. What does Dombest Pendant do? So you have life gain with this. I think Authority of the Consuls is not necessary. I think I would swap these 7 for these 7. I think those are my thoughts. Or actually, no, maybe Authority of the Consuls goes back and this goblin gets cut. Cut a deal. Yeah. I think these 6 are my swaps. I kind of like these. All right. Chat, I think I'm going to do one more. And then I got to run. And you know what? Just because I bamboozled you, I will do your version of this commander. Okay, double serving of little guys. This is such a cool command. I love this commander so much. Kind of want to build them, but I already have a Boros deck. Skull et cool. Okay. Teferi's protection to your sideboard. I mean, if it's bracket 2, then we're not doing that. It's a lot of maybe boards you've made here. Oh my goodness. All right. Oh my god, there's another holy maybe boards. Why do you have so many maybe boards? I mean, I get that you're organized, to be honest. I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just very funny. Okay. Oh my goodness, there's another one. Ah, there we go. Oh, you want it to be bracket 3. Oh yeah, no problem, Targ. Let me know. Hopefully those changes help out. Okay, so you want it to be stronger, so it's bracket 3. Skull it back to square one. I should turn off Nightbot. I don't know why it's bad at all caps. Like, who cares? Like, why would I care about that? I need to figure out how to turn the stupid thing off. All right. So same commander, but obviously very different deck. What is our goal here? Is this just like mid-range value? Is that it? You'd love to focus this list a bit more, but focus it on what? Yeah, I get it, but I don't know what the word focus means in context here. Because what are we focusing on? I'm not seeing like an overarching theme. This just looks like a value pile. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing to focus on. Not that that's a bad thing, by the way. Like, of course, you could build a mid-range value pile. That is a reasonable thing to do. But I just mean I'm just asking you to clarify what you mean by focus. Whenever you attack, choose one. Create a 1/1 rabbit tapped and attacking. Attacking creature +1/+0. Okay. Go wide, burn with Arabella or other ETB burn effects. I mean, I guess here's my question: is why is Arabella not the commander? When this enters, deals X damage to each of X target creatures. Okay, so we want to go wide. And we want to turn that into damage. Honestly, Trigger Slap is the best way to build him IMO. The vehicle is cool. You have to tap a creature to activate it, so that's a lot of tapping to invest into one land. Honestly, I do agree. The Regalia is neat, but you need like... Yeah, you have to like tap something to crew this, attack with the Regalia, and then tap 2 more things to double it. That is pretty slow. There's a lot of crap just to get like one thing, but that's to get the extra thing, right? The Regalia does do its stuff normally with just, you know, you can play the commander, play the Regalia, and then ramp immediately. So I don't think it's that bad. So what I think, yeah, like there are reasons to play Kyrol over Arabella. But here's the thing about copying triggers, especially with this commander, which can only copy once per turn, is what you want to do is copy the big ones, right? If you're going to copy something once, you want it to be a big effect that you're doubling up in like a very significant manner. And my problem is that there's a lot of these effects that I think are just not that. Like when a player casts their second spell each turn, deals 2 damage to each opponent. You can double that and deal 4 damage to each opponent, but it's like, you know, it's very okay, right? Whereas like Hearthborn Battler is just better if you had a damage doubling effect. So that's like the main problem with this commander, right? Is you want to be like doubling up like big effects, and it's sort of at odds with the theme here, which if we want to go wide and have a lot of small triggers, like Impact Tremors is... The power of Impact Tremors is a lot of small triggers, right? Being able to double each removal. What removal are we doubling? Like, I think this Ragged Playmate is... I'm not sure. Like... Creature get persistence till end of turn, which is useful. Doesn't do anything with the commander though. This is an activated ability, so this isn't being copied. You can turn Fiend Hunters into 2-for-1s. Okay, that's true. That's true. You do get to double up on your Fiend Hunters. So you wear Fox Bodyguard, right? Are we playing... we're not playing Break Through the Lines. And then we need like a Grenzo, Havoc Razor. So immediately what I'm like thinking is that, you know, we want more like Break Through the Lines. We want more like Grenzos. More ways to turn these like weenies into things that trigger stuff. Kind of like Bedlam as well. No, I understand that the Impact Tremors is not meant to be copied. I get that. But I'm saying, like, conceptually, what does Keyroll want? Keyroll wants you to have an effect that triggers to deal 10 damage in one go, so you can double it and make it 20 damage. Impact Tremors wants you to summon a lot of small things to make many small triggers. Like the things that those cards want do not mesh together. And that's the problem I'm having with this deck, is a lot of the things are sort of like anti-synergy or just not cohesive with the commander. Hello, Scrying Rat. How do you get a deck review? You join the Patreon, and then you submit a deck in the deck review thread for that month, and then sometimes I'll pull them up. I like Sun Titan here. I think Sun Titan is another way to like get back your small dudes. Here's the thing: is like Itali. I agree with you that Itali would be great in this list. This is the type of trigger you want to copy, but it is not the theme that they are going with, right? Itali is what I would suggest in the like mid-range version of this, but if we're trying to do this like burn our opponents out thing, I don't know how much Itali helps. I think Sun Titan works a little better because at least it recurs our Arabella and Antioch strike leaders. But we're clearly trying to be a weenies deck, you know? I'm going to add Jackson the Troublemaker. Really good with, what's his name? Imperial Recruiter. You can Imperial Recruiter for Jaxus, then use Jaxus to make another Imperial Recruiter every turn, just keep tutoring, which obviously you copy with your commander and can get like more triggers, which is pretty good. Release to Memory. Man, I think the more I've played this card, the more I hate Release to Memory. It is it's really slow. Doesn't make a lot of 1/1, so it makes sense in this deck. Yeah, Delaney is in here, I think. Or was he in the last list? Streetwise. A Streetwise Lookout, that's his name. Yeah, Delaney is pretty good. This card's so expensive, but it is a very good card. It sort of automatically doubles the triggers. My idea was more like copy big token generation and make a lot of like. No, I get that. Like I get it, but like, what is that card? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have anything in this list that is making 10 tokens that you can double to 20. That's the problem. Is we don't have either half of this effect. Like I get it. Impact Tremors would work well with this if we're making 20 tokens instead of 10, but we just literally don't have that. Sunspine Links? Is that the name of the card? Sunspine Links like might be might be an answer. Maybe you even want to go up on basics if you play Sunspine Links, but this doubling this can obliterate players, which is pretty fun. Add a Grand Crescendo. The problem with Grand Crescendo is like it's not copyable by the commander. Like Grand Crescendo Impact Tremors is good, but neither of those things are useful with the commander. You know what I'm saying? It's very this deck is very awkward because of that. Like Impact Tremors, Grand Crescendo have synergy. They both don't synergize with the commander. Reverend Hoplite, yeah. That's the other one I was thinking of. Reverend Hoplite. Definitely could be good. So your commander is double devotion for the Fanatic Amogus and the Hoplite. So very easily they can do a lot of damage. Rabble Rousing? Oh, it's already in the deck. I don't see it though. Am I stupid? Oh yeah, no, here it is. Summon Knights of the Round? Create a 2/2, create a 2/2, create a 2/2 until other creatures you control get +2/+2 till end of turn. Put an indestructible counter on them. Not horrible. It's like 8 mana though. Drum Bellower gives you fodder to tap on everyone's turn. Do you have enough non-ETB triggers to make it worth? I don't think so. Endless Footage Assault. You mean the Endless Foot Assault? Very funny name for a card. Whenever you attack, for each opponent, create a 1/1. Near the tap and attacking that player. Yeah, see, this is, yeah, I think that is more in line of things we want to copy, like Adeline or whatever. Because it makes 3, so copying it gives us 3 more tokens, which is pretty good. Create 3/2/2. What? Oh, this thing also has squad. Wait. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, I think this card's pretty good. Are we running War Leader's Call? Hang on. War Leader's Call. Knights of the Round. Wait, was Knights of the Round every turn? Wait. Wait, sorry, what was the card again? Of the Round? Crap, what was the name of this thing? Oh, Summon Knights of the Round. There it is. No, this doesn't create one on... It makes it 2/2 every... Yes, on each of your turns. Not every turn, yes. It is something to copy, but here's the thing is, by the time we're casting 8 mana spells, we should have something else to copy. And it's just making a 1 extra 2/2. I just don't think it's that worth it. How do I decide which decks to review? I open a thread in the Patreon Discord, and people put deck lists there, and then I just scroll around until I find something interesting, and then I click it. And that's it. Knights of the Round make 3 each turn, not... Oh my goodness. I misread this like 5 times. Holy shit. Oh, okay. Well, all right. All right. Man, I'm tired. Okay, yes, that's actually not bad, because you get to make 3 more 2/2s. That is 6/6 in power. It's like pretty good. That's reasonable. Okay. All right, let's think of some more cuts. Stick Lasher is fun, but it has nothing to do with our... Oops. It has nothing to do with our theme. Like, I agree it's like a good type of card. Like, if you need to tech against life gain cards specifically, sure, run it. But, like, otherwise, it's like, eh. The beginning of combat on your turn, if you control your commander, create 2 gobos. Cool. Scare Tiller? I guess you double a trigger. Whenever a creature you control becomes blocked, you may exile it. Yeah. Attacking tokens you control have double strike. Whenever one or more tokens you control attack a player, exile the top card of your library. Okay. I think Mangara is too slow for this deck. I rarely say to cut card draw, but I actually think he's quite slow. And we're not very controlling, and he doesn't really help with the list. We can double his triggers though, right? Whenever another creature or artifact enters a gain of life, at the beginning of your end step, draw a card if you gain 3 more life. That's pretty good. Create 2 1/1s. Usually get +1/+1 haste. Okay, cool. Overlord of the Mistmoor makes flyers. It's just like a couple extra flyers. Spirited Companion is kind of mid. But here's the thing, is if you cast your commander and then next turn you play Spirited Companion, you do draw 2 cards. And that is like just okay enough in the mid game that I think it's fine. You have Roiling Vortex in here too? How much do you hate life gain decks? Do you run into a lot of life gain decks? I feel like I haven't seen anyone play a life gain deck in like 85 years. Man, I hate Charitable Lovely. This card's bad. Don't play it. Aligned Heart. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a rally counter on this enchantment. Then create a 1/1 with prowess for each rally counter on it. See, that's good. This is something you want to copy. When you have 3 rally counters, you make 3 dudes with prowess or more. That's good. Life gain meta. Is there an actual life gain meta? Is this real? Are you guys playing against like 10 life gain decks all the time? The new Miku deck is a life gain. Gotta be the new Miku deck does not have enough lands to play the game normally. Like that deck sucks. It needs so many upgrades. It's really bad. Urbrask's Forge? Actually, I don't hate that. What's that shitty muster counter enchantment? Oh my god. It's probably too slow for this deck. Assemble the Legion. Look, I love Assemble the Legion. One of my favorite Magic cards. It's really bad. I mean, you could play it, but like, you were thinking, I mean, no. Like, you can get the Miku deck or whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm just telling you, you need to upgrade it. And by upgrade, I mean cut like 5 cards and add 5 lands. I love Assemble Legion. It is really slow. Like, obviously, if you think the game is going to go hella late, it's really good. And when it puts 7 dudes in play and you double it, that's like a bajillion damage from Impact Tremors. It's like very good. I don't know. It's really slow. All right. Look, if you're like, I need anti-life gain, otherwise I can't win, then I guess leave those in. I am, it's a meta call. I'm baffled that meta call needs to be made. I do think that life gain decks are like secret, like sleeper OP decks in Casual Commander, and a lot of people don't realize that. But they don't come up that often. Is Guide of Souls that worth it? Is Goblin Motivator even that good? You already have your commander, which is a utilization of tokens that can't attack immediately. So this is probably kind of mid. concerted effort at the beginning of each player's upkeep, right? All creatures you control gain flying until end of turn. If your creature you control is flying, same as true for fear, first strike, double strike. Yeah, but you don't. Do you have things with like these keywords like outside of the Aurelias? I'm getting rid of this. I gain more life with your Dihada legendary slop deck than you've ever seen a life gain deck do. The other Curial list should have had Motivator. Maybe. All right. All right, friend. Let's review some of these changes. All right, let's go to Bedlam. So maybe a little bit. I was getting a little quirky with it there. Definitely get rid of Assembled Legions because it's way too slow. All right, these are my main cuts that I think are just too slow or too not good. I think we need better effects to copy. How does one submit a deck for review? You join the Patreon at tier 2 or 3. You go to the Discord. You go to the deck review channel. And then you go to the deck review channel, and then you go to the thread for the month, and then you put your deck list there. That's how you submit. I do think we want more better effects to copy. So like Reverend Hoplite can easily be like making 5, 8 tokens or something, then copying it does a lot of damage. Fanatic Amogus is like another big damage burn effect that can copy. Sunspine Lynx is the same. I think those are good ads. Delaney is obviously really expensive, but clearly very good in this deck. Break Through the Line is really fun in a list like this, and can be cool with like Grenzo, and does a lot of things with Arabella if you want to lean to that theme. Endless Foot Assault's okay, but it's a good ad. I like Urbrass Forge as well. Very quickly can start making like 6/1s, and then if you're doubling that up, you know, you can get more value. Warlooter's Call, you definitely need to add. It's very good in a deck like this. As for the cuts, I really think the anti-life gain is a real... I'm reading from chat now. This is not my opinion. Sometimes the deck does lose, but I imagine... I mean, yeah, here's the thing, is like... It really depends on how inbred your meta is. Like, if you are playing with the same 3 players every single time you play Commander, then, like, cards like Stigma Lasher, awesome. Cards like Roiling Vortex, awesome. If you are not, if you're just playing at a local game store and you're like, oh, Jimbo sometimes has a life gain deck, I'm going to want my Roiling Vortex, cut it. Like, definitely cut it. Who cares? There's other people at the table, you know, they could be like, oh, this person has 60 life, let's attack them, you know? So I would lean towards cutting these unless you, like, really feel like you play against life gain. You know, if you play against life gain every single game, like 80% of your games or more, then sure, play them, but otherwise these cards are mostly dead. Best anti-life gain is to do more damage, also very true. It's also there because the burn effects were not strong enough. I mean, but like incidental life gain shouldn't be enough to stop you from killing them, you know? All right, those are my cuts, and I would add most of these or some combination of them. Warlooter's Call is the mandatory one. You have to add Warlooter's Call. I think Aligned Heart might be decent. If an enemy casts your second spell, you get a rally counter and makes a 1/1. Aligned Heart. Yeah, that's on the list. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to call it. I think I'm going to call it there for the stream. I will stream next week, more deck reviews. So, I'll see you on the 24th or 25th. Thanks to all my patrons for sending in decks. Hopefully you found this advice useful. Thanks to all the patrons for the support. Again, if you want to join, if you want to get your deck reviewed, link below to the Patreon. Go check that out. Yeah. I gotta get to working on scripts. I will see you all later.